All right, so why we're doing this, okay, to be honest with you, I've been studying the internet. I've been watching all these guys, usually at about age 80, they're like totally shot or dying of a heart attack, or they're no longer any good. I'm gonna turn 70, so I got 10 years, the way I'm looking at this, to really do something. So really what my objective is to be able to teach and to show is how to do this business, okay? And I'm gonna get benefits out of doing that. And right now what works for me is to be able to do lead generation. So, and we've got other meetups throughout the country. So when you're up here speaking, his presentation is gonna be posted on 50 meetups in the largest cities in the US. So now somebody in another city that's looking to buy in this market is gonna see that, because we've got, what you're doing here tonight is getting replayed. So that's kind of what I'm up to. Now what I do for a living is I'm an internet marketer. I handle dumpsters in 13 states for a company. I do appliance repair. I'm a major internet marketer. Kevin, who's sitting here, he does a lot of the websites for the companies I work for. He really knows what he's doing. When the real estate market crashed, I crashed. And I emotionally couldn't even deal with real estate. I still ran a real estate club at Wayne County Community College, but I just put it on and went there. Wasn't really interested. And I brought in guest speakers for a lot of years. So, but what I did teach was internet marketing at a couple of colleges, and I really got off on that. Now, how did I learn internet marketing? I had a competitor in the real estate business that had a relationship with the Free Press, and they put an incredibly negative article in the Free Press, on the front page of the Free Press. And it showed that I had done something wrong. But I hadn't, because the trial hadn't even happened. In the trial, I won and showed just the opposite. But Google tried me. Boom, my name's like mud with Google. So I started studying the internet. You won't find anything on the internet today about it. Kevin and I worked for we worked for actresses that had bad videos up on the internet of them on a kitchen table, and they had to get it removed. I'm not going to say what it was, but after him and I watched the video 20 times, we just got it off the internet. And then we worked for people in this market. One of the mayors that you guys might know in Detroit, we kept his sidekick, Bobby Ferguson, clean until the indictment. So we've got experience at the internet, but it all resulted from a negative experience. So that's why we're doing this. Is like disclaimer. We got a disclaimer. Real estate by its very nature is risky. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You should always talk to a CPA. You should talk to a attorney. You know, do what's right. Now, in order to not be sued, everything I'm saying tonight is a lie. If you like it, try it on. And then try to explain to the judge, he said everything was a lie, and I got in trouble. So what I'm saying is, don't sue us. So this is what tonight's about. It's about what you read. I don't think I need to go over it. We're just going to go in it through section by section. So we're going to talk about how to get started, the tools you need. A lot of the stuff we're going to give you tonight, you're going to get by video, but you've got access to me. You're welcome to call me. I'll come to meetings earlier. I'll spend time with you. Okay, so you need to really think about what you're doing, like with your time and stuff. So this is work getting into this. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. You'll go to these real estate investor meetings, and it's almost like, and you'll end up leaving there $50,000 in debt. They'll get you a credit card. They'll tell you everything you need is right here. If you follow these rules, and it's almost like they're giving you a button, you think you can press it and your money's going to come out the other end. That is not so. So I want to first start out, you need to learn from local real estate investors. That's like the Renegade Group. You need to look for the movers and shakers. You need to do whatever you can do to work with them and learn the business. Like that workshop on Saturday we're having. You want to come there. You want to then, if you're working a full-time job, I think you should look at this business as a lead generator. Like I generate leads. Because what you really got to do in this business is you have to go find a really great deal in real estate, and then you got to go sell it to the most frugal people in the world, an investor. And if you can do that and make money, and you can do that, Eric's doing it, Todd's doing it, there's people in this room doing it, then you'll be able to analyze a property and know if it's a good find, fix, and flip deal. Does everybody get that? I mean, this is the place to start, in my opinion, because you're not at risk, you don't have any money at risk, you're really learning the business by doing this. And I'm going to maintain you need to go get a real estate license too, and that's strictly my opinion. So what you want to do is look at it, if it's a part-time job, you want to look at the people that are in the room. Like if I go to Renegade and I see somebody that's actively buying, then I want to know where they're buying. And then I'm going to target that area. So like let's say that they're in an area where they don't allow bandit signs and stuff. I'm going to discuss with you tonight how I would go into that market and market myself. And then remember, like Maureen in the back, she can give you a targeted area. So if the guy's in a one zip code, then I can go in and hit people that have bought a lot of properties or own tax properties that could be in trouble, people that are distressed. She can pull that stuff for me and I can go after them. She pulled me a list in Waterford of 80 people that were in either foreclosure or tax foreclosure or in distress one way or another. So like you're looking to be in the burbs, that's the kind of stuff you want to look at. So you want to look at where you're really at and how much time do you really have to work at this, and then figure out what you want to do. And coming to these meetings is the best way to do that, but it also requires like taking action, and we're going to give you action steps. So the very first place an investor wants to get started is you need to create yourself a limited liability company. And what we've done is we are going to give you, we've created a link. So we're going to set it up so that you can join our real estate investor online club, and it will give you that free for 7 days. If you want longer, I'll make a proposal with you that you can get it free for another 30 days. If you're willing to give me your address and let me send a Google postcard to you so that I can actually build another map location for myself. But you're going to want to get an you're going to want to get a tax number. You don't want to use your social security number. It gives you all the forms, what to do, how to do it, step by step. All right, so how to set up your business. So you're going to create the limited liability company. And you realize that I'm giving you a video and I'm giving you the book on how to do it. But if I did this tonight, we would be here just talking about limited liability company. You run into a problem with limited liability companies when you decide to be a partner with somebody. So you want to create a limited liability company by yourself to get started, okay? A limited liability company because you'll be able to keep your personal assets. It's a separate company. So if you're going to tie up a property or you're going to buy a property, it's in the limited liability company, which means that if something goes wrong, they can only attack the limited liability company. They can't come after your personal residence or your personal stuff. That's why you need a limited liability company. Question.
Now, do you do that for every property that you do?
No.
Or is that just for buying? Or
No. The answer is
just
no.
for yourself?
I might have, if I'm doing flips, and I've got a bunch of them going, I might put them all in one limited liability company. It's all on the risk. If I've got $100,000 into something, it might be its own separate limited liability company. You have to determine that on your own.
I got it.
So case, what does case mean? Case stands for copy and steal everything. So this is how you learn this business. Now, if I'm an investor, then I'm going to look and I need a website, then I'm going to look at somebody else's website. So I'm going to have somebody recreate that website with I'm in the internet marketer, right? So I'm going to recreate that website. Then I'm going to take all their content and I'm going to have a content writer rewrite it. And then I'm going to redesign stuff so it doesn't look the same. So now I've taken one of the most successful websites on the internet and I've reformatted it to my own standards at a very low dollar. You kind of follow the concept? So it's called modeling success. That's the politically correct term for it, okay? And then you're going to build like some directory sites. You can go on to Fiverr, a site called Fiverr, and you can order 30 directory sites so that everybody can find that you're actually in business. So you're going to take your limited liability company name, or your business name, your phone number, and you're gonna build like, on Fiverr, they'll charge you $6 and they'll build 30 directory sites like Yelp, Merchant Circle, Hot Frog, Foursquare. They're gonna build those sites for you so you've got credibility so people can see you. You wanna download the IRS form, all that's in this, but it's where you do it. You wanna use, don't ever use your social security number on that. So you're gonna get a separate tax number for your limited liability company. And you need to make sure when you get your tax, your SSN number, you're using the exact same name on that.
Just look for houses that haven't been fixed up in the last 20 years, beat up houses.
So remember I work for charities and people donate properties? I know you guys aren't gonna believe this, but we get very few really nice properties donated. So that means that they're distressed, and that means that they've got deferred maintenance. That means all kinds of stuff. But like I just got one donated in, was it Allen Park? Or where was that? The one.
Oh, yeah, that was in River Rouge or East.
Oh, yeah, it was River Rouge. So I sent Todd to it and he goes, you gotta be joking. But I ended up selling it. We sold it for $6,000. So, but it was tough. It was raining when I went there and I couldn't tell if it was raining inside or out. It was interesting. But anyway, we sold it. So that's what I'm saying. And when I worked nationwide, I handled donations. What I discovered was that there's a buyer for almost every property. And they're usually within a 2-block radius. So like when you get really, I would get properties that were donated to us, given to us by asset managers that they couldn't sell on the MLS. Okay, so they had them on the MLS for like $15,000, but there was like $15,000 worth of water bills and taxes owed on the property. And they had the commission in. It was just enough to get rid of the property and them not to make any money, but to get the taxes paid. So they would give us the property. Okay, so they can't sell it on the MLS. So how do you get rid of a property like that? Well, I sold it mostly in the neighborhood. I put a sign in front of the house. It said $5,000. It said plus water and taxes, if any. I put my name and my real estate company, all hand wrote with a black magic marker, and I misspelled for sale and put SAIL for sale. Okay, and because they thought I was stupid, and they would call me up, and we sold the houses like that, and we would say, now why would they buy it for that $5,000? Because we were asking for $500 down and land contract terms of 6% with payments of $200 a month. And who was it that was buying it? The neighbors, yeah. And is there programs that'll catch up the taxes and do that kind of stuff? There is. So is there a market for that? There is. All I'm saying is sometimes what you think is not sellable, it really is sellable.
So sorry if this is too technical a question, but for you to be able to receive a donated property, do you have to have a nonprofit set up?
Oh, I wasn't a nonprofit. I was just willing to take the property at that point. I was just was a good Samaritan. And nobody else would take it, I took it. But what I did was I took enough of those properties that, what did I say to the asset manager? Give me 1 or 2 good ones, right? Because I'm taking their crap. Now, only one person knows the asset managers. Actually, 2 people in this room that I'm aware of. That would be Maureen, and that would be the gentleman in the back that you guys should probably go talk to. I'm not giving his name out. Right in this far corner. Because they deal with those people. Do you follow? So they can develop relationships.